Nice. Okay, so guys, we are already live on YouTube. Good morning. I'm Louise. I'm here with Iago and Bruna for our English immersion here at Talk and Talk. Talk and Talk is a platform where we can practice languages like English, Spanish, Italian, French, even Mandarin. But I'm not a teacher. This is not a class, therefore we won't correct each other. We're here just to practice, and today we are going to talk about overthinking. Are you an overthinking? Because I am. I don't know about you guys. What about you, Iago?
A little bit. That's something that I don't know. I'm trying to work somehow. I don't know exactly how, but because sometimes it doesn't make sense to overthinking things because it's just your anxiety working on your mind. And I don't know. I think that I am a little bit, but I'm trying to change it, but I don't know how.
I'm trying to change too. This is a currently topic on my therapy session for me. Even though I'm not like aware that I'm overthinking, I'm currently talking about this like every week. So, yes, but I never talked about this in English, so it's something new for me. Okay, I guess we can start. I'll introduce myself. I'm Luise, I'm 27. I live in São Paulo. I live with my girlfriend. I'm a technology student and a strategic marketing intern. I love to run. I am trying climbing too when I make it. I love swimming. Um, yes, love coffee too. Big coffee lover. Sometimes coffee snob. And I love to cook. Love watching MasterChef, like every week. Anyway, Iago, your turn.
My name is Iago. I'm 28. I live in Apoiarés, a small town in Ceará. I work as an instructional designer and I love to read in my free time. I like to go to the gym. I go to the gym basically every day. I have 7 cats in my house. That's two with me. That's one right here. His name is Sebastian. And that's another one up here, just the ear. She's white. I love MasterChef too, but I don't like cooking. That's my husband's. He loves to cook. he he loves to read about food. He's since last year he started to buy a lot of books of a lot of different cuisines around the world. So on the weekends, we probably are trying some new recipe that he's trying. It's nice. Yeah, I think that's it.
What do you think he's going to try this weekend?
Oh, this weekend we are on the basics, I think.
Okay.
Pizza.
Pizza. I love homemade pizza. It's kind of
Yes,
messy, but it's like so tasty.
it's different. I love
Yes.
it.
And you, Bruna, your turn. Go ahead.
I'm Bruna. I'm 31. I'm from Rio de Janeiro and I'm chemistry. And in my spare time, I like to go for a walk, unwind, and to be in contact with nature. I like to read too. Nowadays, I'm trying to read in English, books in English. I like to binge watch some series in some topics. And that's it. That's about me.
What are you currently reading in English?
Can you repeat, please?
What book are you currently reading in English? I'm just curious. Because you said that you were trying to read in English, and I was curious about the book.
Sorry, my microphone is mute. I know. I speak with you and my microphone is mute. Sorry.
It's okay.
I like to crime books, like kind of mysterious. Sometimes I choose in about the feedback on the Amazon.
Ah, nice.
And if you say, "Oh, its book is okay," and you can try, I select three books. I finished these three books. One is more like Swedish, other is American, other is the Britain. And nowadays, I'm reading one in Ireland, some kind of this story is passed in these countries, né?
Nice.
Crime scenes, this kind of stuff.
But is it from the same author, like just one investigator in all these different countries?
Different authors. It's like different detectives, different ways of writing. It's too Irish is so different, so kind of slangs, and I consult the dictionary. I search for the word to understand. It's kind of different from the American.
Nice. I guess it would be nice to read like a book that passed in Ireland because I never visit Ireland, but I know about the view, so it can be very interesting.
Luis, I think that you never read Normal People.
Normal people, I this is on my wish list, but I didn't read it yet.
I think that you're really gonna like Sally Rooney. I think that everyone between 20s, early 30s will like uh, one book of Sally Rooney. I think that she really connects with us. And Normal People, for me, it's one of my favorite books ever. I read her last one, Intermezzo. It's amazing too. It's about two brothers, and it made me think about my relationship that it doesn't exist with my sister. So that's a thing that I took to therapy, for example.
Nice.
But I love Sally Rooney. It's really good, and she's Irish.
Oh, she's Irish. Nice.
Yes.
I think it's kind of sad, right? The story because I saw like TikToks, like short videos about the film, not the movie.
The
But
series is great too.
okay, nice. So I'll try to. Then I send you my feedback. Okay, guys. Question number one: why do you think we tend to overthink simple decisions like ordering coffee? I don't know about you. Iago said that he's like a little overthinking. I'm the biggest one. Like I guess that my I tend to overthinking because I try to be perfect like in every single thing that I do, that I say, that I represent for others. So this is why I tend to overthinking. Of course, it's like a consequence of I don't know, anxiety maybe, some personally neurological problems maybe, but yes, I'm a big overthinking, and I wrote like ordering coffee because sometimes I'm like in the what can I say fila to order I don't know bread at the grocery store, and I'm thinking like what should I say it? Why should I say it? How can I say it that I want two pães francês? Why I'm overthinking this? And when I'm at college, for example, and the teacher making the chamada and it's near my name, I start to sweat. I don't know why. That's why I guess this is because I'm a big introvert and a shy person, so sometimes I overthinking these little situationships, and it's terrible for me. But it's something that I'm working on, of course. What do you think, Bruna?
I guess we measure the pros and cons in simple things like I can choose this, but if I choose that, and you can start a loop in your mind, and maybe it's these simple things. It's just like I did that in the past too. I choose a meal, and you can choose, oh, rice, beans, etc., and I review the choose that I made, and I don't have a purpose at all. I just it's automatic. I review all the answers that I choose, and I'm like, what am I going? What am I doing this? It's like a hand over this fly and order the meal. I don't even stop to think if I get the rice or not. If it's just choose. And I it's like simple things in this way, but in bigger things in life, you can you tend to about to stop and think too much. Sometimes you don't have time for this. In the workplace, you need to be more problem solving. You need to have this to have you have to be a person that make decisions very very fast, and you have to time to think about it, and it's difficult, it's harsh, but uh, you don't have too much time. Maybe you have to train to exercise more ourselves in this way to make a fast decision but a good one.
Totally. I'm terrible at decision making. Terrible. I'm a Gemini. I'm not like I tend to regret every single decision that I make. If I order like a white mocha, I regret it like the whole day. The whole day. Even if it's delicious, I regret it because I think about the other options. And what if I didn't drink it at all because of the calories? So it's terrible for me. Yeah, so I totally with you. And you, Iago, your turn.
So I was about to joke that when I am overthinking and I can't decide things, I blame it on my Gemini moon. But I'm a Capricorn. Um, but for me, I think that I don't know. I am thinking that maybe and I think just for myself, I think that when we overthink some things, and about decision making, how you were saying, I think that it can be probably something related to us not knowing ourselves enough yet, I think. Um, because I don't know, like if you don't know yourself enough, you don't trust your decisions, and that's how I feel when I am overthinking and I can't take a decision. I can make a decision. I always think that I still don't know myself enough about this specific subject, that I need to make a decision about it. And I needed to think about everything and about how I am gonna feel. But also, I think that we tend to do this because I don't know about you, but for me, it can be something also related to always think about what other people will think about this thing that I am about to do, about this decision that I am making, you know. Think about other people's reaction, even though people really don't care that much about us. I think that we have this thinking that people might care about too much about what we do, what we say, but we easily forget about these things, about other people. Of course, it's fun when you have a gossip to tell your friend, oh, you see that person that did this and did that, but you totally forgot about it. And I think that for me, some things it can be this, thinking too much about others people reaction, even though I'm aware that I'm not that important. People don't care that much, about what I'm doing about my life. But I think that a lot of this overthinking and don't trust your instincts to do things, to make decisions is related to not knowing ourselves enough.
Totally, totally. And I guess people doesn't care. They don't care about us. They don't care about our hair, how we look, what we say it. That's a good point because the next question is like, okay, I'll just read it. Have you ever found yourself replaying an embarrassing moment over and over in your head? What do you think makes us do this? So last week, I was in an immersion. Last Saturday, by the way, I was in an immersion. And I was talking with these girls about, I just forgot, about job. I guess it was like hard skills at my currently job. I didn't have like an answer for a question because it was like so random. And I said that I was afraid of programming languages because I don't develop this hard skill soon enough before I started my new job, and I need to use it, and it's hard for me. So I'm very, I don't know, I have fear of committing mistakes, and I was afraid of programming languages, and I thought it was so silly, so dumb to say this. And okay, then we return to the main room. I don't know if anyone will see this, but we returned to the main room and my microphone was open and I said to my girlfriend, eu não tinha nada para falar e eu falei que eu tenho medo de programação, que besta. E eu falei, I said it like so loud and everyone like eight people, I don't know. And a girl was talking and I said it like so loud and everyone like looked at me. And the girls that I've just talked about it was like, so you lied to us? So you just invented this? And I was like, I don't know, it was such a shame that my mic was open. Then I really overthought this the whole day. And I didn't watch the live because I was so afraid that it was like loud and it was terrible for me and I overthought it. And it's nothing, I guess. I don't know, they don't remember. They didn't even notice maybe. But I thought about this the whole week. And I talked with Clara, my girlfriend, and I said that like, I don't know, 3 times about this. And she was like, shut up, just forgot it. No one even cares about this. So it was terrible, but it was so silly. I didn't remember this through this question. So yes, I think Mean Girls doesn't exist in real life. They don't, I don't know, they don't care, they don't judge us, especially here on Talk and Talk. I guess, of course, Mean Girls exist in real life, but in this place, it's not like a real thing. It's not a real thing. They don't judge you by the things you said or the things that you don't said. So this is my answer for this question. Bruna, go ahead, your turn.
I guess we do this kind of things because we want to be in control in the situation all the time. And when things go wrong or go out of control, we tend to um, feel anxiety, to feel what am I gonna do about this, and what's the consequence about this. If I said something like to the other person, and what this person think about what I said, it's I delivered the message correct or not, uh, what what these people, this other person thought about it, what I said. I think it's just like you don't control the reaction or the thoughts of the other people, and you don't have control in this. You have control in some kind of ways of your thoughts, of your situation, but sometimes these things out of control. You say something, you some situation happen, and you have to accept that it's life, it's normal, it's nature. It's kind of things, the microphone is open, happens in the meeting, and you will talk to yourself. So, oh, if I turn off the microphone, if I turn off the camera, if I don't say that, if I didn't do this thing, and this doesn't change the past. It doesn't change at all. You can learn some lessons about it. Oh, in the future, I will look at my screen and see, guarantee my microphone is off. This kind of thing, but it's you can it's a control damage in some kind of way. You don't change at all the past, but you can learn a lesson and apply to the future actions.
Perfect. I needed to hear this because, yes, I don't know why I tend to overthink so much about this little situations, like it's so currently for me. And I participated in the same immersion today before this, and I was like certifying myself every single minute that my mic was like muted, that I didn't like say anything silly, because the girl was on the immersion too, and she saw what I did before. So I guess she don't remember, maybe. Okay, Iago. Let's hear from Iago.
Yeah, I was remembering this meme that I saw on melted videos or saquinho de lixo, something like that. That it was like, isso daí é a devida desimportância, you know? Because I think that's it. Of course, we do this. We overthink some situations. When I have to leave a job that it wasn't making sense for me anymore, and I was a team leader on that, I always thought about other people's reaction. And I think that I was a whole year after that I left that job afraid to see these people that I used to work with, and to be like, so why are you doing now? What are you working with? I don't know, but I spend too much time thinking about this specific situation. And when I think that it was a year, it was probably a whole year after that, because I was too afraid of what about other people's thinking. And that's not important. I I I really don't know why we do this, but yeah, I think that then it's this lack of self-confidence that we experience sometimes that made us do this. And I think that it's something normal to do, but it's something that we need to be aware how these things are dominating our lives, because like we were talking yesterday's emotions, Luis, the of course we need to feel our feelings and our emotions, but we have to be aware how they are controlling us, because yes, how Bruna said, we don't control everything. We don't have control about everything that it's about us. Let's imagine about other people's, about other people's thinking, reaction, and this kind of things. And I think that that's something that anxious people do. We need to be in control of the situation, about what is happening, and but also we need to understand that we don't control that much in our life. We can always experience some unexpected things, like you can be sick and you can go to work, like these basic things, even though bigger situations.
Yes, sometimes I guess we try to rewrite the moments that we lost control to. That we try not to lose, we try to be in control like every single moment. Then when we, I don't know, we committed mistakes, we try to rewrite it, even in our minds. That's why I think that overthinking is so powerful. It's so, I don't know, it's so dangerous sometimes. True. Okay, Bruno, would you like to read the next question and answer for us? I guess it's number
Uh,
3.
what's the most ridiculous thing you've overthought recently? How did you finally move on from it? Ridiculous thought. Maybe I enjoyed talking recently this week, and it got me thinking when I misspelling some words, when I go blank in some phrases, in some basic words that I know, but in this moment I forgot, and I need to speak in Portuguese, but I don't like. I need to describe in English, and it seems to me that I'm in loop with this, oh, I haven't. I shouldn't say that. Oh, I shouldn't say this word. If I don't change this, if I don't get nervous, I'll say this and that. But I try to change my mindset in this way that I'm in. Along the years, I'm in input mode in listen and read, and now I'm trying to put an effort to change to the output mode. It's so difficult because you don't want to translate your Portuguese to your English because it's kind of mess. It's jeopardize everything, and you try to uh, change your mind for the English environment. You try to think in other way, and I try to to speak to myself that I'm in progress. I need to keep up, and of course sometimes I make mistakes, but it's okay, and I can learn with the other colleagues. Maybe I can share something, and if this is a basic errors, if I ridiculous or not, I'm improve, and that's what's the aim. That's it's important, and I try to change my mindset to go on with this situation.
Yes, this is a great approach, I guess, on things that we don't fully know, like English, for example. We don't need to be perfect, and I don't know, when we cut ourselves, like when I don't know a word or how to express myself, it's like I became obsessed with this because I want to learn, I want to know, I want to understand, and then I am better and better. So maybe this is like an obsession sometimes. And are you enjoying your time here on Talk and Talk? You started this week?
I'm enjoying. It's like a lot of different subjects that I don't even have a vocabulary, like inflation, some different. And I like this exchange ideas because you can learn some vocabulary with your colleagues. Maybe you can say some words, you can say some expression, and I was like, oh, I heard this one time, and you really deep in the language because everyone is trying to speak, try to communicate, put a lot of effort, in this platform, and it's so nice, man. You can see the improvement of your other colleagues too. It's really nice.
Yeah, and they don't care if you don't speak like a perfect English or if you have a perfect accent. They literally don't care. Everyone is so friendly here, and they help each other. So I think it's a great place to learn because you don't need to be, I don't know, you don't have to be in a defensive mode, like if you was in a class or I don't know, in a test, for example. Okay, Iago, go ahead. Number Question number 3.
So about the question, I really can't remember a specific situation that it was recent, but like Bruna, after some emotions, I always think about some answers that I could gave, I always think about, oh, I think that on this question I should have add this or that. I had this word that I forgot, and now I remember, and I didn't remember on the right time. And it's something that always happens after the emotions, specifically when it's a subject that I felt comfortable talking about it. But yeah, I think that that's it. How I move on. I don't know. If I am overthinking something, like for example, I when something bad happens to me, it can be a little thing, it can be a big thing. I I always tend to to put other things in the same combo, like, oh, this little thing happens, so all these other things don't make sense. And I start to think like this. And what I do is I try to write down what I am feeling and what I am thinking. And while I am writing, I start to realize that thinking doesn't make sense. And yeah, with that I can forget. And I know that that works for me because always that I am in that mind place, I mm, postpone this activity to write down my emotions. I always think that when I do this, I always think I should have done earlier because I know that works for me. So why did I overthink that so much?
The question is always why. Why am I doing this to myself? Why am I doing this to myself? No one is like responsible, just me. A
Yeah, and that's a
situation.
thing that only you are feeling.
Yes, yes, and sometimes it's like just in our mind. It keeps like repeating in my mind. A situation that I experienced that I overthought so much, besides the meeting thing, the immersion thing. I am a junior at my job. I'm an intern at my job, so I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm just like sometimes I feel so dumb, so silly. So I don't know. I know I'm not, of course, and the other interns, they're not, but sometimes I feel like this, especially because I started like recently. I started in October, so I have 2 months of experience. And I have like lots of trouble placing names and remembering difficult words sometimes. So sometimes in a meeting, I said something like totally wrong. I say something, things that it's very like different from the subject because I forgot about the name, the specific name. It's very technical. Things are very technical there. So sometimes I just forgot and then I say something completely different. And How I overcome this? I don't know, I try to forget it because I know that they understand it and they are so friendly, so kind with me. They don't even pay attention sometimes. And I try to think what I would think if someone was in my place. Like if I was like more senior position and an intern say something totally wrong for me. I try to put myself in other places, like to understand that um, people are not judgmental, like in a workplace. It can be in the other places, but in my work, at my work, they are so they understand these things. So I try to, I don't know, see from the others' point of view and perspectives. Okay, question number 4. Yeah, go ahead. Can you read it for us?
What do you think is the connection between overthinking and anxiety? How do they fit each into each other? I think they are definitely related. I think that the overthinking comes with the anxiety we have um, when we pass through some moments of anxiety. That's the moment that we might tend to overthinking some situation that happened or some situation that is about to happen. I think that what anxiety does to us, besides overthinking, is to try to predict the future. We always are like, oh, I think that this situation that will happen tomorrow, I need to behave like this. I need to say this. I need to talk to this specific person. And that's exactly what we were talking about. That's us trying to be in control of a situation that already happened or didn't happen yet, and we can't control that we can't control this situation. And I think that it's like like the um there is an expression that we use here in Ceará that is like cobra comendo cobra. I think that is just exactly this, how they fit each other, how the overthinking fits the anxiety and how the anxiety fits overthinking. I think that it's a infinity circle that that if we need to understand how to live that.
Cobra comendo cobra. I imagine the picture of a snake eating its own I don't know,
Its own
rabo.
tail.
Yeah, tail.
Yes,
Like,
basically that. But we use this expression to talk about a person that likes to make gossip about other people. And for example, if you are a person that likes to make gossip about other people and someone talks about, meu Deus, eu não sei como explicar isso em inglês. Mas, por exemplo, uma pessoa muito fofoqueira tá falando de outra pessoa fofoqueira. Aí a gente diz, é cobra comendo cobra, que é uma pior que a outra.
é o sushi falando mal lavado.
Exatamente.
Nice. Bruna, what do you think?
Overthink is kind of fuel for the anxiety, and life don't have to be in the script. Sometimes things go out of control, and we wish we can change something in the past. You can make some other uh, choices. You can make some kind of things different, but this is change. It doesn't change at all the present. You can be stuck in the present, and you consequently you can affect your future because you're so if I were if I earn this person, I choose that. But in my case, I choose other thing. If I choose, etc., etc., and it doesn't change at all. Anxiety is like Yag said, is about future too. You can tomorrow I need to do this that, and what am I gonna do? And if a person says something to me, what am I reply this? What am I answer this question? What am I? And sometimes all the time is these things that you put in the script and you write everything, I say that, the people B say that, the people see it, these things turn out different, completely different, and you need to adapt, and you need to change the scenario, you need to change your answers, you need to think in the moment, you need to think fast, and is okay to be prepared for all kind of situations, but you have to have it in mind, you have to think that sometimes things don't follow this script that you write, this kind of things that you want to be uh, to happen, and that's the challenge now.
Yes, you put in a perfect way the script thing because I guess it's normal for us to overthink about the outcome of every scenario that we live, that we experience, even if it's the worst or I don't know, a better scenario. And it's like I don't know, it's like a brain trying to predict things and to create sometimes more stress situation. I guess anxiety totally. This is a chat GPT question, so I totally agree with this point of view that anxiety can feed the overthinking because it's like a symptom. It's like a symptom to me. Okay, so next question. I guess we already answered the next question. So I jump to the number 6. Do you think social media makes us more prone to overthinking? How so? I hate Instagram. I'm a very low profile, but I use it because I used to work with it and I like to see what my friends are doing. And I think it's great for us to, I don't know, to follow artists, political voices. It's great for news too. But every time that I post something, I keep uh, like checking who saw this, who commented, who liked it. I don't know. It's something that it's not natural for me because I don't like the exposure sometimes, and I used to like. I still like, of course. My one of my greatest hobby is photography. I love an analogical photography, and I used to study this at college. And when we send our work, our creations, I don't know. It's always like uh, with comments about the teachers and other friends. So I used to don't share my work because of the impressions maybe that I was to be big overthinking about my work, my creations. So I started posting this on Instagram, and that's all I do is just post like random things, not like personal things because it's not. I don't know. It's not my type. It's not something that I do. But I love TikTok. I don't make like dances or videos, but I love watching TikToks, and everyone shares their opinion on social media. Everyone shares. You're always like in a big alvo, especially if you are famous, like, or if you say anything wrong or just unfortunate on Twitter, people try to cancel you. Like, I don't know if you just like say something so silly for your friends. Twitter is like, I don't know, it's so open, so judgmental. It's terrible. Even though I like it, I like the gossip sometimes, but I don't make any gossip. I just follow. What do you guys think, Iago?
Uh, mm, for me, it's the same. I think that I'm I'm trying to get out of social media. Actually, I really like TikTok, but I uninstalled the app because I noticed that my attention was becoming nothing. My ability to pay attention on longer things, to study, and to activities that demands more effort, was difficult to do that. And then I uninstalled the app of my phone, and I hate Instagram also. I use Instagram to like a photo album, basically, because we don't print photos anymore. So for me, Instagram is something like that. That's a really loud car passing my street right now. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but just a second.
Pode escaldar pra muito. Okay, let's hear from Bruna, then we return to Iago. Bruna, go ahead.
This question, I've seen this question in other immersions, and yes, media can be overthinking. It's so much information you can absorb in a week or in the day. You can hear a lot of things, read a lot of things, comments, news about your country, your I don't know your city, and you can put some this if you can put some this cell phone aside sometimes. Don't see so many things, so can reduce some social medias. It could be better because you can unwind sometimes, you can relax. You don't need to see and know all the things that's ongoing. And you can choose what you read. Oh, I choose this. I read this, and sometimes I can pick some these comments or these I don't know, in feed like LinkedIn, for example. You can this subject I can pick this, and the other it's not my I don't even care about this. In this time, I can I don't know read other things, and to try to be less stressful in this way. And because you have a lot of accountability in work, you have so many responsibilities, so many tasks to do, and we can when you go home, you need to relax, you need to do some things that you like. You read a book, I don't know, watch TV, talk to your family, talk to your friends, and you don't need more news and more comments and more cancels, these people in the internet, and more Instagram and more like this stuff. I think you need to I don't know how much slow down a little.
And this year I've read so much because I don't know, I just forgot about social media that much. I didn't use it. And I've read like 30 books. I don't know, because I had the time. I had the time. I had the attention. The attention is the point for me, because I wasn't capable of paying attention in something that it's like in front of me. So I arranged the time for reading because social media doesn't play like a big role in my life anymore. Okay, Iago.
Yeah, and that's something funny because we always think that, oh, I think that I really need this social media to stay informed and to know about what's happening in the world. But we always, if something is really important, we can always find this kind of information in other places, you know. Um, but yeah, for me, when I was using Instagram specifically too much, I think it always gave me this anxiety of seeing other people's life and to think like, oh, I think that my life it's not that interesting, even though we know that on social media everything is planned to be perfect. Even if it's not planned to be perfect, you only post good things. You won't talk about the problems you have on social media. And something that for me, I really don't understand it's why people are so hateful in social media right now. You know, I think that in specific platforms, we see these groups of these hate groups forming. And I really ask myself how these people are in real life, you know, because if you can comment, if you can put a comment so hateful on someone's post, of course, we about these specific groups, we see more in political movements, something like this, you know. Uh, but this always happens, you know. For example, Twitter is a place that I don't know how it is now because they don't have any filter anymore for this kind of speech, and a lot of bots, and I don't know. But I think that social media can make us overthink some things, specifically the comparison that we can do to other people's lives. I think that it's more on that way. And I think that also one thing that social media does is make us thinking that we need to have an opinion about everything. And we don't. We just don't need to have an opinion about everything. We don't understand every subject, every situation that it's happening, you know. So that's okay not knowing things. And people think that you need to have an opinion about everything, and we actually don't.
Just say your opinion at your house
Yes, and it's
to
okay not
yourself.
having an opinion also.
Yes. A strategy that I am trying is reading the news journal. I love the news. It's like a subscription. Subscription is it's free, and you receive on your email account. And I love them. I love this company. They are like millennials, just like us. They are so fun, and they talk about financial world and the notice, the news in general. So I don't know if you guys know it, but it's called the news. Love
I
it.
subscribed once, but I think that the emails are going to my spam.
But it's so good. It's so nice. They have like another one about more like about healthy styles and mindset. And I love Medium too. I love reading the posts on Medium. Guys,